what we're going to do is we're going to continue solving by graphing. If we're looking at our first graph, remember what we're going to do is we're going to make our XY axis. This is our X, this is our Y. With our first equation, notice that the Y is not by itself, so we need to get it by itself. So I'm going to subtract the 4. And I get 2Y equals X minus 4. Then I divide it by 2. And I get Y equals 1/2 X minus 2. My y-intercept is -2, meaning on the y-axis, I go to -2. My slope is 1/2. I go up 1 to the right 2, just to make sure I'm graphing it straight. I'm going to go up 1 and to the right 2 again. And that right there gives me my slope. Now, if I look at my second equation, this one right here, my y-intercept is -4. So I'm going to plot a point at -4. My slope is 1/2 again, so I go up 1 to the right 2, up 1 to the right 2. If I'm looking at this line, I notice that the lines do not cross, so my answer is no solution. Now, looking at letter E, first step, we're going to make our XY axis. With my first equation, my y-intercept is 3. My slope, I don't see a number, so that tells me it's a 1/1. So I go up 1 to the right 1, or I can go down 1 to the left. Now, with my second equation, my y-intercept is 3. I go down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1 again. When I'm looking at this, I see that they cross right here, which means my answer is 0. Now, looking at my last problem, I make my XY axis. This is my X, this is my Y. For my first equation, I see my y-intercept is 3, so on my y-axis, I go to 3. My slope is -3, so that means I'm going to go down 3 to the right 1, down 3 to the right 1. Now with my second equation, I'm going to get the y by itself. So I'm going to subtract the 3x. So what I get is y equals -3x plus 3. So that means I go up to +3. I'm going to go down 3 to the right 1, down 3 to the right 1. I'm looking at this, I notice that it's the exact same line. So that means that it's infinite amount of solutions. Now, before I end, I just want to go over one of the problems from last unit. I want to look at letter C. Now, with this right here, we're doing two things. We're simplifying and we're stating our excluded value. Now, if we're looking at this, the key to these is factoring. So I'm going to factor this using a greatest common factor, which is 3, and I get x minus 3. This one right here is two numbers that multiply together give me 20, add up to 9. That would be 4 and 5. So I get x plus 4 and x plus 5. Now, if I'm looking at my second one, two numbers that multiply together give me 12, -12, add up to 1. So that would be 4 and -3. So I have x plus 4 and x minus 3. The bottom one is a special factoring pattern where we find the square roots, x minus 3, x plus 3. Now for the easy part, I cancel. X minus 3's cancel, x plus 4's cancel. So when I'm looking at this right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put what's ever left over. I have a 3 and an x minus 3. I have an x plus 5 and an x plus 3. That right there is the simplified version. Now, stating the excluded value. With the excluded value, we're looking for what gives us 0 in the denominator. This would be x cannot be negative 4. This would be negative 5. This would be 3. And this right here would be negative.